Hello and welcome to Nationwide. I'm Olajide Bello. Remember, you can watch these broadcasts live on our website, nta.ng/live, and on our other social media handles displayed on your screen for update. President Bola Tinubu and President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva of Brazil have met in Addis Ababa with discussions and comprehensive strengthening of bilateral ties in all fields. At the meeting, President Tinubu emphasized the strength of Nigeria's economic potential and influence, saying the country is witnessing a leap forward despite some short-term reform pains as his administration is removing all encumbrances to business. The president further explained that his administration is investing in critical sectors of the economy like healthcare, education and agriculture to ensure the welfare of all Nigerian citizens and to create sustainable economic prosperity for future generations. He pointed out that Nigeria has a vibrant population of young Nigerians who are trainable, dependable and should be empowered. President Tinubu also revealed his administration's readiness to fight corruption and ready to invest in critical sectors like healthcare, agriculture, education, infrastructure and others. Assessing Nigeria's natural and human resource wealth, President Lula da Silva said Africa's largest economy and South America's largest economy have a long and interesting history together. The Brazilian leader said Nigeria and Brazil once had a trade volume of more than $10 billion in the past, which has now plummeted to $1.6 billion, emphasizing that this is determined to strengthen bilateral relations. The Brazilian leader promised to restore the good relations with Nigeria as he said both countries need stronger relations. There is an emerging strong indication for African countries resolved to pursue indigenous solutions to challenges facing the continent as member nations agreed on the need for an improved commitment to education. It was at the opening session of the 37th Ordinary Session of African Union Heads of State and Government in Addis Ababa. State House correspondent Musbat and Rahab reports.
Another round of convergence for African countries and time for evaluation of the continent's journey toward the path of development. But here, the time was up for President Azali Assoumani of Comoros in leading the push for the various continental agenda for development. And the leadership power changed hands as President Mohamed Ghazouani of Mauritania took over the chairmanship position of the African Union for the year 2024 Assembly. He has his job cut out for him regarding developmental plans of the Union, which include peace and security, sustainable climate management, implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Area, and the overall Agenda 2063. But the new AU helmsman believes the plans are attainable as he promises that his tenure will focus on how to facilitate quality education for the African child and harness the 62% youthful population on the continent to enhance the development agenda of Africa. His tenure is apparently being heralded by new general resolve for Africa to take its destiny in its own hands.
It is necessary to move forward for us as Africans for greater self-determination and dignity. Our land is rich. We are blessed with favorable weather, arable land, water, forests, natural resources, and a large youth population who embody the great potential of our continent. We should not be seeking for aid.
The leaders agreed on the need for an overarching commitment to ensure an Africa of their dream for an all-round development. Even as they search for solutions to terrorism and other security threats in parts of the continent, their voices were equally resounding as they stand against the genocide in Gaza, as they called on the world to stand up against what they believe is an injustice on Palestine. Their suggestion remains a two-state resolution. Africa has also found a new partner as President Inácio Lula da Silva expressed his country's readiness to walk the path of progress and development with the continent. From Addis Ababa, Musbau Wahab, NTA News.
President Bola Tinubu has assured the continent and the world that ECOWAS will continue to strive for a peaceful and united West Africa, even in the face of dissenting stance of some member states. The president addressed the 37th ordinary session of the African Union Heads of State and Government in Addis Ababa. State House correspondent again, Musbau Wahab, has more.
It was time for Nigeria's president and chairman of ECOWAS to take the floor on the continental stage. West Africa is currently in the eye of a storm, with 3 countries opting out of a uniting bloc. But the chairman of a sub-regional body remains positive that the situation would not degenerate.
We seek to harm no one. We seek to collaborate with those nations in transition. Yet, we cannot submit ourselves to impasse that will create future problems to generations. We are doing everything possible, front door, back door diplomacy, to really bring peace and stability and democratic governance to West Africa.
On the AU theme of the year around inclusive education, President Tinubu stated his administration's resolve to turn around the sector in Nigeria.
This year's theme encourages us to remodel our educational system to fit these goals in Nigeria. My administration is devoting ample resources to promoting education, including feeding our children in schools and investment in telecommunication and technology needed to flourish in 21st century.
But to achieve various developmental agenda of the continent, the Nigerian leader says commitment of all member nations to ensure an enduring peace must be the topmost priority.
May I also take this opportunity to affirm Nigeria's commitment to the tenets of the African Union, particularly regarding peace and security, economic development, good governance and democracy.
Africa, now a member of the G20, President Tinubu expresses Nigeria's readiness to collaborate with other African countries to justify the inclusion in the world's largest economy's body. He also added Nigeria's voice to the call for a ceasefire in Gaza and lasting solution to the Israeli-Palestinian war. From Addis Ababa, Musbau Wahab, NTA News.
Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu has joined other African First Ladies to affirm that closing the gender gap is not an act of charity but of justice. This position was contained in a maiden address delivered at the 28th General Assembly of the Organization of African First Ladies for Development, OFLAD, while noting that the theme, Educate Her and Transform Africa, enhancing access to health and education for the 21st century African women and girls. The First Lady says it is apt and addresses the very essence of the organization's joint mission for a thriving and progressive continent. She added, without education, girls lack skills to support themselves and access information to make informed choices about their health and future. She highlighted social norms such as early marriage and childbearing that restrict girls' life choices, but informed the gathering that the federal government, through the Ministry of Education, was set to establish nationwide the alternative high school for girls, an initiative she envisioned while she was the First Lady of Lagos State. The gathering of African First Ladies Development Partners Donor Agency and others was also informed by Nigeria's First Lady of government's efforts at reducing the prevalence of cervical cancer. The statistics show that a woman dies every 90 seconds from the disease. She says, as part of efforts to promote the general well-being of the women folk, our office is working with the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, who has introduced the human papilloma vaccine HPV into the national routine vaccination program to stem cases of cervical cancer, amongst others. Enhanced synergy and sharing of intelligence among the security agencies is critical in the ongoing drive to further secure the nation. The former Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tuku Yusuf Buratai, re-echoed these at the 2024 Army West Africa Social Activities was in Abuja. Sorry about that mix-up on the technical hitch. The Minister of State for Defense, Bello Mohammed Mutawale, has cautioned Nigerians against inflammatory comments against the government. This is equal to some unguarded utterances capable of causing tension in the society, stressing that the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has the political will to secure and improve the socio-economic well-being of the nation. In addition to regular support to the military through provision of military platforms, the President recently approved the creation of a committee that will explore, among other things, the possibility of establishing state police that will further help in combating crimes. He advised the agents of disunity to reaffirm from unwarranted utterances. As such, will have consequences. National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, held a security summit with a focus on mechanisms that will effectively tackle cases of banditry and other security challenges in the country. In a message, the Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, Abdul Hamid Dembos, emphasized the need for proper transmission of issues discussed during the summit at Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi. Muhazu Hassan reports.
This gathering of stakeholders by the Bauchi axis of the National Association of Nigerian Students is to brainstorm on the theme of the summit, a holistic approach on the root causes of insecurity across the country.
Now that you've realized and organized such an occasion, I hope you will put into practice what all the security forces have said.
Why do we always undermine our security? Do we ask ourselves why? Because lack of parental background from home.
So if we don't address the root causes, we don't address the drivers, we don't address the motivators, we don't address the facilitators, we will continue to have what? Manifestations of insecurity.
Speakers were optimistic about reawakening of the societal reorientation programs for Nigerian youth to remain productive toward achieving more secured environment.
Today we gather here not just as students, but as stakeholders in the quest for safer and more secure Nigeria.
To find a lasting solution as we claimed. I believe we are not having a lasting solution, but we will relieve the issue of insecurity in our community.
The summit by the Student Union is expected to complement the effort of the federal government of ensuring a safer and more secured Nigeria. In Bauchi, Mas Hassan, NTA News.
Now let's join Michael in Lagos for continuation of Nationwide. Michael.
Thank you, Olajide. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has presented bond certificates valued at 3.1 billion naira to 1,013 retirees from the state public service. The initiative, the governor says, is a testament to his administration's commitment to the welfare and well-being of retirees in the state. S.C. Owamaka reports.
103rd Batch Retirement Bond Certification presentation held to appreciate Lagos State retirees for their invaluable contributions to public service. Taiwo Aseni, a retiree who served meritoriously in the state civil service for 35 years, praised the state government for prioritizing pensioners' welfare, stating that this gesture will bring relief to pensioners in the state.
Babajide, who has been taking good care of us while we are working, and even have it at the back of his mind, taking good care of us and our family, even when we retire. God Almighty will continue to take good care of him and his entire family.
On his part, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu reiterated his administration's dedication to prompt pension payments and clearance of backlogs, while expressing satisfaction with the substantial progress being made.
I want to affirm that no matter your age, your gender, your tribe or special needs, as long as you are an employer or you have worked for the Lagos State Public Service, whether in active or in retirement, your welfare and your well-being remains our top priority.
The Director General of the Lagos State Pension Commission, LASPEC, Babalola Belanu, stressed the importance of financial planning and management during retirement, while urging retirees to make informed decisions to ensure a sustainable living.
Retirement is not the end, but rather the beginning of a well-deserved period of relaxation, exploration, and fulfillment of long-held dreams and aspirations. I pray God Almighty grants you good health and long life to enjoy your retirement benefits.
I congratulate the beneficiaries while urging you all to endeavor to utilize this money judiciously as has been advised.
The governor declared a 1-year free medical service in the Lera Eco-Health scheme for the 1,013 retirees, promising that another accrued outstanding pensions to the tune of 4 billion naira will be paid in March this year. In Lagos, S.A. Owamaka, NTA News.
Determined to ensure safety around the markets in the central business district area of Lagos, the State Building Control Agency has begun demolition of illegal structures around Mandela's building on Broad Street following the expiration of the 2 weeks ultimatum issued to traders to comply with the state government's directive. Joe Popola reports that the move is to ensure unhindered access to the market is guaranteed in case of emergency.
Unfortunate fire incident which ravaged the Mandela's building, displacing over 6,000 traders with about 450 shops, is still fresh in the memory of Lagosians. This informed the decision by LAPSCA, led by its general manager Bola Oki, to ensure that the approved plan of the market is fully implemented, as traders who defied this directive by government to remove the illegal structures gave government no alternative than to enforce the demolition of the legal extension. Other obstructions were extension wires preventing access to emergency response, while power generators are still being displayed indiscriminately by traders oblivious of the inherent dangers. To the affected traders who defied the directive, the demolition, they said, has put them in a difficult situation.
There is need for intervention. Government need to intervene on the positive side.
This is our union that we form. We are doing the work and be settling on certain things. We are all human beings. Everybody have feelings.
Men of the State Fire and Rescue Service were also on ground providing support, especially when some inflammable objects were removed. The Lagos State Government monitoring team says the essence of the exercise is to ensure safety of the traders and their businesses.
They are our people. You are something, and our people, we need to work together with them. So we're giving them another 2 days to comply with our instructions. You know, the instructions are according to the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the extant laws of Lagos State.
The plan of the building they have, as you can see, all these are extensions. They are attachment. They are not part of the building plan. You can see where they read their staircase is on the government. It's on the government setback. Government don't want all these things.
For now, the market has been closed until traders comply with the state government directives. In Lagos, Joel Ukbola, NTA News.
That is it from here. The news will continue in Port Harcourt after this break. Do stay.
Good evening and welcome to Port Harcourt. The federal government is on the verge of terminating non-performing road contracts in the country and also recover the funds invested. Minister of Works David Omahi disclosed this when he inspected the ongoing rehabilitation of the East-West Road in Rivers State. Robinson Darataide reports.
The slow rehabilitation of the East-West Road for over 10 years has caused a lot of damage to commuters and even the nation's economy due to its strategic connection from the south-south to other regions of the country.
For this road to come is a big blessing to us
because we have been suffering from this road. And I even thank God that this is not a rainy season. As if it's a rainy season, we would have access to go to our communities. But I thank God that government find us favored for us to see this kind of project, and we are very happy.
This road, we knew what to pass through for a few years ago, and now that he has come to remember us, I hope the people of Awoda West and Rivers State at large will support his administration.
Minister of Works Dave Omai, while inspecting the Awoda section of the project, which was washed away during the last rainy season, expresses the confidence that the present design and materials applied on the road will ensure durability.
When they finish what they are doing, they raise the roads by 1 meter above the expected flood level, and then they will now put these multiple culverts, in 5 sections, and then they will put their sharp sand, then they will put their stone base, they will release it to traffic. Then traffic will be on it for about 30 days. I'm very impressed with what they are doing.
The about 5-kilometer LMA axis of the road is designed to have 5 flyovers. The project engineer was changed over the use of wrong sand, resulting in the suspension of work during the minister's initial visit a few weeks ago. The minister also advised that French drains be constructed to enable them work during the rains.
We are also, in the weeks ahead, going to terminate a number of the projects that are not performing.
The work is progressing steadily, raising the hope that it will be completed this time around to end the pains commuters face daily. From the East-West Road, Robinson Terateide, NTA News.
Stakeholders raised concerns over the business and environmental impact of the move by the Green Chambers to ban styrofoam and single-use plastics, even as reactions continue to trail the issue. Gabriel Amunike sampled the opinion of Port Harcourt residents on the recent development.
Styrofoam containers, commonly known as takeaway food packs in Nigeria, are a popular choice among millions of Nigerians due to its disposable nature, especially after use at outdoor events. Its lightweight and affordability are among the major features that make styrofoam plates highly sought after across Nigeria. However, a recent move by the Green Chamber through a motion for the ban of styrofoams in Nigeria has attracted diverse reactions from many. Favor is a Port Harcourt-based trader. She sells styrofoam-based takeaway food packs in large quantities. Her utmost concern is what becomes of her source of livelihood.
People are feeding from it. There are so many companies producing this. So what will happen to them? People that is selling it like us. So what are we going to sell?
On the contrary, a public health expert, Favor Nathaniel, and a lab scientist, Onyechi Ilebuna, who are of the opinion that the health implication of use of styrofoam and the environmental challenges it poses far outweigh the gains made from its sales.
Styrofoam actually contains nitrotoxic styrene, which is actually a petroleum byproduct, and also benzene. And these are carcinogenous substances that are capable of causing cancer. The masses are using it because they feel it's easier to use it to package their food and other items. And I think because they are ignorant of what this can cause to their health.
People need to be aware that these things, they don't decay. They can stay over 1,000 years, and they are going into the water bodies, they are going into the land, they are impacting fishes, eat them, they kill some ingest them, and then when we go to the fish, the seas, our waters to fish, they come back, we eat these fish, and then they begin to deposit in our bodies because these things, they don't die, they are chemicals.
Research has shown that waste management poses a big challenge for mega cities in Nigeria. In Port Harcourt, Gabriel Amunike, NTA News.
And that's it from Port Harcourt. It's now back to Olajide in Abuja.
Many thanks, Jenny. Moving on, Chairman and CEO, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri has congratulated Ambassador Amina Smaila, Nigeria's Consul General in Atlanta, Georgia, for her recognition and commendation by the House of Representatives of the state of Georgia, becoming the first African diplomat to be recognized in its 247-year history. Abike Dabiri were described, says she was not surprised about the well-deserved honor done to Smiler, given by her pedigree as an outstanding and intelligent public servant with exceptional service in the Nigerian Foreign Service for over 2 decades. She, however, urged her to continue to do more for humanity and serve as inspiration to others coming behind her, as the recognition of the House of Representatives of Georgia was unique and historical. The National Working Committee of the All Progressives Congress APC says results announced on live broadcast in some major national television stations and online news outlets on the ongoing Edo State APC governorship primary election should be disregarded. The party says only the Governor Hope Uzodinma-led Edo State APC Governorship Primary Election Committee is authorized to undertake final collation and announcement of results of the primary election in the state. In a statement by the National Publicity Secretary, Felix Morka, APC urges all party members, officials in the state and the public to keep faith with the process under the leadership of Governor Hope Uzodinma. The governing All Progressives Congress has received hundreds of defectors from the opposition NNPP, PDP and the Labour Party. The new entrants were received by the Director General of the Confederation of APC Support Groups, Professor Kelani Muhammad. Political correspondent Abubakar Akwanga reports.
It's been months into the life of Tinubu's presidency, and the administration's scorecard is increasing the number of party faithfuls by the day. The latest are members of the 3 opposition parties, NNPP, PDP and the Labour Party, who say the conviction to join the ruling party is bent on its progressive leadership style. Receiving the defectors, the Director General Confederation of APC Support Groups, Professor Kelani Muhammad, commended their quality decisions to join the APC and urged them to be good ambassadors of the party.
The event of receiving these Nigerians into the APC fold is a clear signal and a testimony that it is an indication that Nigerians are waking up from the reality that the APC is the only party that offers hope in its renewed hope agenda to the Nigerian populace.
The Confederation of APC Support Groups has received scores of defectors before and after the 2023 presidential election and is sustainably projecting the renewed hope agenda of government at the center. In Abuja, Abubakar Akwanga, NTA News.
And away from political matters, the Emir of Kafi, Shehu Chindoya Musa III, is appealing to food dealers to work with government in addressing the current hike in prices of food items in the market. The Emir made the appeal while hosting Nasarawa State Traders and Marketers Association in his palace. Saadatu Awalu Salihu reports.
Is said to have become necessary given the public outcry over the soaring food prices across the country and the need for all stakeholders to intervene. The Emir lamented the way and manner in which some traders inflated the prices of their commodities all over the country, with the chairman Musa Turaki Kamji and other union members said it is necessary to sensitize traders, especially this time, on the need to sell their goods at affordable prices.
Person that is saying sugar cane, we've been discussing about dollars. Somebody that has been selling mess, that's planning in Nigerian, doing everything in Nigeria, and been discussing about dollars. Why?
A bulk of millet is 42,000 naira. But when we come in now, we realize that it's 45, 46, 47.
You come to the market now, you cannot be able to buy what you want to buy. Honestly, the thing is getting out of hand. We want the government to help us on this.
The group had embarked on a similar visit and sensitization drive to Lafia Market and the Emir of Lafia Sidi Baghe Muhammad, where issues of the need for deliberation, measures to reduce prices of food items dominate interactions. In Lafia, Saadatu Awali Saliu, NTA News.
Now let's head to Maiduguri, where Abubakar is standing by. Abubakar?
Very well, Olajide. Thank you for joining us. Borno State Governor Babagana Umar Zulum has announced the establishment of a Zakat Commission to provide succor to poor and less privileged in the society. This is part of the development that occasioned the maiden meeting with leadership of Borno State Marketers and Traders Association in an effort to arrest the rising cost of food items and other essential commodities. Mohammed Goni will now tell us more.
The cost of living in recent times has become worrisome to the citizenry as well as government at all levels, which informed the decision of Governor Babagana Umar Zulum to meet with food vendors and allied stakeholders to find a way to curb the incessant rise. The meeting brought together leadership of different segments of traders and marketers within the state, as well as heads of security agencies, during which Governor Babagana Umar Zulum bared his mind on the rising cost of essential needs.
Even before this period, normally in Borno State, we used to experience dramatic increase in the cost of food and non-food items during Ramadan period.
The governor acknowledged various factors that contributed to the rise of prices, also drew attention of the marketers to the untold hardship the citizens are going through, appealing to them to find a way of bringing succor to the people. Leaders of the traders took turns, attributing the rise of prices to difficulty in accessing forests, scarcity of commodities from dealers and manufacturers, and low farming activities, among others. Suggestion was made to government on revitalization of Maiduguri flour mills and establishment of rice mills in the state as part of medium and longer term solutions. Special advisor to Governor Zulum on religious affairs, Sheikh Modu Mustafa, reminded marketers of the tenets of Islam, generosity, and providing succor to those in need. He urged them to consider the prevailing condition of the ordinary citizens and reduce costs of commodities where possible. Governor Zulumfu said the meeting with the traders and other relevant stakeholders will continue, directed the Commissioner for Religious Affairs and the Special Advisor to immediately commence process of establishing Zakat Commission to provide succor to the poor and less privileged. In Maiduguri, Mohammed Goni, NTA News.
And still on issues that have to do with Borno State government's engagement, Borno State Governor Babagana Umar Zulum has enjoined citizens across Borno, irrespective of faith, to fast on Monday, 19 February 2024 for divine intervention in the prevailing socio-economic challenges confronting the country. The governor, who made the call during statewide broadcast, also rolled out measures put in place to address the challenges. Here again is Mohammed Guni with the rest of the story.
Governor Zulum's statewide broadcast followed meeting he had with marketers as part of efforts to address the rising cost of living. He noted with concern the hardship citizens are facing, particularly the high cost of food items and the burden it places on families and individuals, assuring the citizens that government is taking decisive steps to address them.
Our government is focusing on reviving agriculture in the state, intending to increase food production and reduce our reliance on food palliative. We are investing in modern farming techniques, providing support to local farmers, and creating incentives for agricultural innovation. By doing so, we hope to not only lower the cost of food items, but also to create sustainable livelihoods for our people.
Additionally, government will scale up distribution of palliatives, especially for residents of MMC and Jere, expressing commitment to improve healthcare service delivery, education, and water supply.
Fellow citizens, as people of faith and from our previous experience, I implore in His Eminence the Shahu of Borno, the Chief Imam of Borno, the leadership of Christian brothers, and the general public to observe a one-day voluntary fast on Monday, the 19th February 2024. I urge us to pray for peace, prosperity, and development of our state and the country at large.
Others include investing in infrastructure, creating job opportunities, and promoting entrepreneurship to empower citizens and build a more resilient economy in line with the 10-FAC agenda of government. He noted as worrisome the recent planting of mines on major roads, threatening safety of citizens and hindering movement of goods and services essential for state development. The governor reiterated commitment to work with security forces to rid the roads of deadly explosives. In Maiduguri, Mohammed Goni, NTA News.
You're on to Nation.
You're welcome to Benin. Over 200 citizens of Edo State have benefited from the ongoing free medical services provided by the Edo State government in conjunction with some medical doctors in diaspora. The free medical services is taking place at the newly completed outpatient department of the Stella Obasanjo Hospital, which is equipped with modern facilities.
The free orthopedic camp at Stella Passenger Hospital is an initiative of the Governor Obaseki-led administration towards alleviating the healthcare burden on residents. The free orthopedic camp, which started from the 14th and to end on the 18th of February, is an all-inclusive camp from orthopedic cases in readiness for the governor's project in making Edo great again.
This is the kind of gesture that we expect Nigerians, caring Nigerians, to give back to our people, particularly at this time of a national need. Everybody is giving something back, whether it's in form of palliatives and some of food, so that we can help each other. And this is Dr. Ogedebe's contribution to the states to help the sick, the poor, and the needy.
Some beneficiaries of the initiative expressed gratitude for the opportunity to receive quality orthopedic care without financial burdens.
I want this to be continued. It will help a lot.
Patients attending the camp were offered a wide range of services, including consultation, diagnostic tests, x-rays, soft tissue surgeries, among other healthcare services at no cost. In Benin, Goodluck Enaini, NTA News.
Styrofoam is a common item used in parties, occasions, restaurants, and by some food vendors. However, it is now acknowledged that it has harmful health implications. Have you ever taken time to ask yourself what disposable styrofoam packs used for packaging meals are composed of? Obey Tobabsai in this report seeks to know the health implications of using styrofoam.
Styrofoam packs are a special kind of polystyrene made of styrene, which is a petroleum-based product. Through polymerization, styrene is refined, and when allowed to expand under pressure, it forms a foam board. Disposable styrofoam packs used for food packaging comes in different colors, used at occasions, restaurants, and homes. Some respondents interviewed are ignorant of the health hazards and are only concerned about how it serves their needs.
If it becomes very obvious that it's dangerous to health, then alternatives will be sought.
Well, normally that's what everybody uses now, takeaway things, party everywhere.
People find this one cheaper than other ones.
Although not durable, some food vendors say it is affordable and cheap compared to plastic packs.
We used to sell this type, 1.5 for the pack. Well, they have different types. This type is 1.2, this type 1.5, while the other one is 1.4.
Customer only like and I make with the ticket and the put for them.
In a phone interview, Dr. Festus Udobo speaks on the health hazard posed by the use of styrofoam.
When they are used to package food, especially when the food is still very hot, this plastic package, the heat under the influence of heat can release some chemical products that are not good for health, and this can lead to some of these products are actually carcinogenic. That means they can cause cancer development.
Styrofoam is not biodegradable and contributes to environmental pollution. Meanwhile, the Lagos State government has banned the use of styrofoam and other single-use plastics across the state with immediate effect due to negative impacts on the environment. It is hoped that other state governments will take a cue from this initiative. In Benin, Obeki Otoba Prasai, NTA News.
That's it from Benin. Nationwide continues in Abuja with Olajide.
Many thanks, Anwule, for keeping us up to speed with happenings from Benin. The rate at which the Nigeria College of Aviation Technology turns out expert in aerodrome rescue, the country may soon stop shopping for expertise abroad. This is the submission of the acting rector of the Nigerian College of Aviation Technology, Zaria Joseph Shaka, during the graduation of the first set of aerodrome rescue and firefighters from the college. Haruna Mohammed reports.
The fire simulator is among dozens of edifices procured by the recent past administration for the Nigerian College of Aviation, and now graduation of the first set of aerodrome rescue and firefighters in line with global best practices. This set of Nigerians are now fully equipped to conduct in a globally acceptable manner aerodrome search and rescue, as well as tackle fire outbreaks in the aviation industry in less than 3 minutes. The acting rector, Nigerian College of Aviation Technology, Zaria, Joseph Shika Imaligwe, in a message says all Nigerian airport firefighters are up for training at the college in keeping with global best practices and in line with the renewed drive in the aviation sector. He said the trainees comprises of personnel from the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria and the Nigerian College of Aviation Technology, Zaria, adding that the fire simulator is the best in Africa and the third of its kind in the world.
What the government has been paying is dollars to foreign countries, and now these dollars will be saved, and then the college will be able to generate revenue, because as it is, the equipment is so standard that other African countries will also be able to come here and also be trained on the use of this facility.
And with this facility, you can create almost 52 fire scenarios. So students can do both internal and external firefighting. And we also do rescue within the facility. After quenching fire, trainees are trained to rescue passengers out of the aircraft.
With this feat achieved, Nigeria will no longer send its firefighters abroad for training, but rather in the country for an exchange. From the Nigerian College of Aviation, I am Haruna Mohammed, NTA News.
Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, have intercepted a consignment of cannabis concealed in a loudspeaker imported from New York, United States of America. The NDLEA intercepted the goods at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos. Salwa Khalil reports.
Arrested in connection to the crime. They include Akim Afiz, Babalola Ayodeji, and Taiwo Olusegun. Similarly, NDLEA also arrested a female lawyer, Adaobi Nweke, her boyfriend Emeka Nkemefula, and her mother, Ngozi Nweke, in connection to illicit business considered to be a family venture for a very long time, inherited by their late father, Jonathan Nweke. Various illegal substances were recovered from them, including cocaine, heroin, methamphetamine, loud, cannabis, and precursor chemical. The operatives also intercepted an Uber driver known as Joshua Henry attempting to deliver a consignment of 26 kilograms of loud from Abuja to Kefi, Nasarawa State. Similarly, the agency also intercepted suspects at various locations of the country, including Kogi, Edo, Ondo, Kaduna, and Kano State, all in an effort to keep Nigeria safe against all forms of illegal trafficking and consumption, while calling on the general public to continue to give the agency maximum support. The chairman of the NDLEA, Brigadier General Buba Marwa, applauded other security agencies for the enhanced synergy which led to this success. He added that the agency remains committed toward achieving its mandate. Salwa Khalil, NTA News.
In an effort to combat corruption and promote transparency and accountability in Nigeria, especially the grassroots, the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, ALGAN, partners the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, to train officials of the third tier of government. The training is aimed at enhancing the preventive measures against corrupt practices, as well as inculcating international best practices among local government officials in order to deepen good governance at the grassroots across the country and boost revenue generation.
The bottom, whatever knowledge parents impact on their children is the kind of character they're going to build on. So let me therefore applaud the intention of EFCC to have recognized ALGAN.
This very corruption has to stop, and it's been practical, in his approach towards curbing this very corruption. And of course, ALGAN, been very strategic here. Her roles, as we know, at the grassroots, these are to me, they are the biggest stakeholders as far as the Nigerian project is concerned.
The federal government says it will support Osun State in reviving cocoa plantations in the state. This is coming as the state governor, Ademola Adeleke, says the state is ready to participate in the federal government's food security program. Musa Baba Aliu reports.
Osun State is one of the top 3 cocoa producing states in Nigeria. However, most of the trees are aging, and there is the need to replace them with high-yielding and early maturing varieties. The state governor, Ademola Adeleke, says programs have been rolled out to revive the cash crop value chain. The governor is here at the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security to seek partnership and support from the ministry.
And of course, I discussed about cocoa, because before the oil came, everybody had their own thing they do in different, section of the region then. So cocoa, we have revitalized cocoa, and that one is coming up. Livestock coming up and all that. So we have discussed, and the ministry has agreed, to help us. And of course, we will sign MOU to see how we can move forward.
Minister of Agriculture, Kyari, says the federal government has resolved to work with states in all aspects of agricultural production.
Osun State has expressed interest in the 3 crops, the rice, maize and cassava for the second phase, and we are going to support them 100%.
The state is also interested in the agro-processing zones project being implemented under the African Development Bank. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
Now let's join our sport desk